Hello, come on in. Are you here for the ergonomic evaluation today? Yes, okay. Yes, they did call ahead and said you would be coming, so thank you for being on time. Yes, this is Shasta. She stays here in the office with me from time to time, so you're not allergic to anything, right? Okay. So we've been having a lot of problems at work, physical problems. Do you want to tell me a little bit about them? Well, first of all, what is your actual job? You're a research analyst. Okay. So do you spend most of your time sitting at your desk? Yeah, that's most of what we see these days are due to desk. A lot of hours at the desk and on the computer. Yeah. Well, we have several an evaluation form to go through with you today. We have a measurement chart which shows the proper placement, arms, legs, shoulders, spine, distances from to the monitors, the floor, chair heights, back. Very extensive work up here, which we will do this more on site. On our follow-up visit, we will come and see you in where you work in your office. But this kind of just gives you a guideline to get started. We'll give you that to look at. And then we also have more basic general questionnaire, which I will do first before the more detailed evaluation form. Yes. So do you have any questions so far? Yeah, probably about half an hour for the first session, and then when we come to your office, we'll probably spend about an hour going over the setup there. Okay, so I have a series of 5 questions, and it's basically finding out how often you do these particular activities on an average day. Yes. Okay, so first of all, neck area. You mentioned your neck was bothering you. So, excuse me, do you have to bend or twist your neck? And the options are rarely or never, up to 2 hours per day, 2 or more hours per day. So what would you say for the bending or twisting your neck? Two or more hours. Okay. And do you have any pain or any other problems with your neck? Yes. Okay. Next question is about your back. Do you have, excuse me, to bend or twist your back? Rarely, never, up to 2, more than 2. Yes, that would include, like, if you're sitting at your chair and you twist and turn around, let's say, to get something on a back shelf behind you, or reaching, things like that. So up to 2 hours, okay. And problems, pain problems with your back, and this would include anywhere on your back, lower back, mid back, upper back. You do have some pain there. Okay. Now, this is when you're in a seated position. Do you work with your hands at or above your head? No. So we'll put rarely or never. Okay. Shoulder and arms in a standing position. Do you work with your arms stretched out? Oftentimes people, like in retail or counter environments, they may find they're, often handing things over the counter, reaching up to get stock off the shelves, things like that. So in an office setting, I would imagine you don't do that. Yeah, don't really do that too much. Okay. And then grip. Do you have to grip hard or squeeze with your hand while lifting loads of 10 pounds or more? So this is a little bit geared towards more physical jobs more than office jobs, but some of these things can apply at times. So you don't grip. Okay. Yes, I used to work in a library, and we would, you'd be moving books all the time, and sometimes they would get pretty heavy and you'd be having to grip them. So sometimes people do get ergonomic problems in that situation. So we'll say rarely for you. Okay. And then any pain in your shoulder or arms? No. And any pain with your hands or your grip? Yes, actually, if you have some wrist pain or forearm pain, like a carpal tunnel type situation, you do have some of that. So we will put then yes for the shoulder arms because of the arm. Okay. And in terms of the things that we've marked that you do have some pain issues, what would you say? And this, again, this is just subjective, what you're feeling now. Don't worry if it's, 100% accurate. It's just what your sense of it, in terms of how bad the pain is and how frequent. So the neck pain, is it only at work or does it carry on at home as well? It's both, okay. And just very general, mild, medium, or strong pain, what would you say for, on average? Medium, okay. And the same with the back pain, would you say mild, medium, or strong pain? Mild on the back. And is that at work and at home? Or just, that's also work and home, okay. And the, your arm issues with the wrist and the hand. Have you been evaluated for carpal tunnel? No? Okay, well, we can set you up for with a specialist for that, because that should definitely be checked into. A lot of people using the mouse, of course, and a lot of keyboard action will have problems with that. So is that at home too, or just at work? Okay, well, that's good. Do you stay off the computer at home a lot, or do you end up spending a lot of time? You try to minimize it. I definitely think that makes perfect sense. And that's probably really good for you to get that rest at home. Yeah. And the severity of those pains, you put that at a medium. Okay. Medium to medium high. All right. Yeah, well, that could be a problem, and we'll get you set up with that as soon as we can. I think next week we should be able to do that. All right, well, that's a good overview to get started. And then we have the little bit more detailed forms, a lot of questions, and I didn't get all the basic information. Let's see, we got the date, your name, of course, Jonathan Rogers, and a telephone for you. Your work extension's fine. Extension 34. And how long have you been with the firm here? 3.5 years. Okay. Patient, we already got that. Your supervisor's name, analyst's name, I can fill that out later. All right. Computer use. This is asking about how much time, and I know it's hard because you go off and on and off and on, but just to give a general idea, would you say less than half an hour combined, 1 to 2 hours, 3 to 4, or over 4 hours? And is it steady, or is it off and on intervals? 3 to 4 hours in intervals. Okay, that's good. All right. So this is questions about your chair. Do you have your own chair, or do you share? You have your own. And is the seat height and back adjustable? Yes. Does the seat back lock in the vertical position? And if you don't know any of the things, that's fine. We'll check it when we get to your site evaluation. Do you have a lumbar support either built in or a separate lumbar pillow? You don't. Okay. And there's more detailed things, like we measure the space between the back of the knees and the edge of the chair. We'll do that when we're there, obviously. Do you have armrests, and do they interfere? You don't have armrests, okay. And do your feet rest on the floor flat? Do you have a footrest? They rest flat, okay, that's good. So here we have about your monitor. Is it centered, or is it off to the side? It's off to the side. The distance, of course, we'll measure that when we're there. Do you notice any glare or flickering? No? Okay. And do you have a copy holder where you, a stand where you place documents or something that you need to work from? You do? Okay. And is that on the same side as your dominant hand? Are you right-handed? Okay. Is it on your right? Yes, okay. And there's other questions are about things being at eye level and monitor distance. We'll do that when we come over. Okay. So keyboard, mouse. Do you have a detached mouse and a detached keyboard? Or wired? You still have wired, okay. And they at the front or off to the side? The front. Does the keyboard and mouse lie flat on a work surface and at the same height? No. Do you maintain a neutral back posture while you're working? You're not sure? No problem. We'll look at that. Do you feel your shoulders are relaxed? No. 90-degree bend in elbow. We'll measure that when we get there. Neutral wrist position. That's another one that's has a lot to do with the carpal tunnel. A lot of people, I'm sure you know, use those wrist rests. Do you have one of those? You don't. And do you try to take a short break every 20 minutes? That's one of those things that you read about all the time, but I know it can be hard to do. No, you definitely don't. Okay. And do you use a mouse or a trackball? Use a mouse. Do you alternate between left and right hand or only use the right? Okay. Let's see. Telephone. Is the telephone located on the opposite side of the dominant hand, i.e. your left? Yes. Okay. Do you hold it with your hand? Or do you like hunch it up in your shoulder, or is it only using a cell phone, or you actually have a landline office phone? Oh, you put it on speakerphone? Okay. That's a good way to do it. Let's see. Speakerphone. Okay. And what would you say is the cumulative length of phone use each day? She's getting a little antsy. So, how many hours would you say per average day are you on the phone at work? About an hour. All right. That's good. Okay. So now we have equipment recommendations. Wrist or mouse. Wrist rest. Wrist rest. It's a tongue twister. Definitely suggest a wrist rest. Keyboard tray with adjustable arm. Yes, and I also would put on wireless. Yes, we can get now wireless for your mouse, for your keyboard. Definitely leaves a lot more room for versatility, flexibility. Move it out of the way, move it to the side, whatever you need. Monitor risers, we'll have to look at that when we get to your office in terms of the height of the monitor. Monitor arm, that's something we'll check. Now, do you have an anti-glare screen? I know they can be kind of a nuisance sometimes, but we do recommend them if you have any eye problems with blurry eyes, tired eyes, watery eyes, headaches, eye strain. You do get some eye strain. All right, so we will look at a glare screen for you. They're make really nice ones now compared to what it used to be. It doesn't darken the screen appreciably. You can see it at an angle much better than the old style. And we'll also look at your lighting. That's very important. Where's the light in your office? How harsh is it? Where's it coming from? Is it do you just have one light or many diffused lights? So that's another thing we'll look at. And a footrest, copy holder you said you have. We don't need that. You don't have a footrest. We suggest them because sometimes it's helpful to rest your feet at a slight tilt or angle. Can help with the back posture. And you can try one out. You don't have to commit to it, but see, you try one for a while and see what you like, how you like it. Back support or back cushion, especially for the lumbar region. Let's see, what did you say about lumbar? You do not have any lumbar support, so we'll recommend that. A chair, do you feel overall satisfied with your chair? Would you like to try some new ones and that have more adjustable features? Yes, okay. And your desk and workstation, we will definitely look at that and evaluate that when we get to your office. Headset, do you use those? It sounds like if you have your own office and you're able to use speakerphone, you may not need that. Okay. And other recommendations, we will leave that blank for now because we will look at, as I said, when we get to your office, we'll be able to get a fuller picture of what else may be needed. So we do ask us to save a little bit of time before the visit to take home, take this sheet back to work with you and just notice different things. This is the workstation adjustment and efficient working posture. And we will definitely come and put you in sort of how you normally sit and work. And then we'll take all the measurements. But this helps give you a good idea of what it's like now compared to the ideal. And some of these will be directly influencing your problem areas, your neck, your back, and your wrist area. So we've got a balanced head position. This is again just a sort of an overview of what we'll be looking at. Balanced head position with your chin in. Okay. Shoulders are relaxed. Some people tend to hunch up their shoulders. Definitely want to be conscious of relaxing them. The upper arm is vertical. Okay. Forearms are approximately horizontal. You don't want to be working up like that or low. That's why the height of your workstation becomes important. The height of your chair, length of your legs from knees to feet, it all works out into an ideal working situation for you. And it's customized. Everybody's different depending on your measurements, your furniture. How can we adjust the furniture and use aids to get you as close to the ideal working posture that we can? That's really the goal. And then we have the chair, adjustable backrest. The height and the angle have to be adjustable. Adequate lower back support at approximately your waist, slightly below your waist. Adjustable height chair, and ideally one that's not difficult to change the adjustments as you probably know, a lot of office chairs, they have like 27 adjustments, but just to try to do it while you're sitting in it is almost impossible. 5-point stable base. This is just shows how sturdy the chair is if you have a lot of supports. Then we have your balanced wrist position. The angle that you're from your torso that your legs go out should be approximately between 90 degrees and 100 degrees. Okay. No obstructions to leg movement. No boxes piled underneath there or cords all over the place. So we will look at all of that. Then we have your the illumination, of course, must be adequate. The work surface, screen, glare, and reflection free. The screen can tilt and swivel. All right. Screen is at a comfortable height. Keyboard detached and flat. The desktop for maximum thigh space. So you don't want to be cramped in here either. And the feet flat on the floor or on a foot rest. Okay. So when you go back to your office, just take this with you, kind of do a cursory look around and see how much you think you're fitting to what the recommendations here. Are they way off? So that way when we come, we will have a good start to get going. But we'll take all the measurements. So we will tell your supervisor that we usually spend about an hour. And the company is very supportive of getting an ideal ergonomic work situation for all of its employees. So don't worry. They're very, as I said, very supportive of whatever it is we need. You know, we may need to order a new chair, we may need a new desk, some adjustments to the monitor, to your, do you use a laptop with just a regular PC? Okay. So that, I think, is everything we have for today. Now, I'm a little bit concerned about some of the pain you've been having, especially you said medium to high pain. That's pretty bad. We do not want you working in those conditions. So I'm going to highlight that you get that looked at right away. I think we have contract with specialists, and we can get you seen probably early next week. So I'm going to make a note here for an evaluation for wrist pain. Okay, very important. Your back pain, you said, was mild, which is good, but mild can turn into medium if it's not dealt with. So I think that once we get your full evaluation and make those adjustments, it's going to help a lot with this back pain. But in the meantime, you may want to get some hot compresses. You can get like a lavender microwavable or ones that you buy at the drugstore, and just rest with these hot hot presses on your back, and that may help in the meantime. Okay. And then the neck problems, that also can work its way out once we get all the correct settings for you. But also, I recommend you start a series of stretches and exercises, because especially since you're feeling this at home, it's bothering you at home and at work. Yes, so I will email you our recommended neck stretches and some strengthening exercises that will help dealing with the pain until such time as you may also want to get that checked out medically. But once we do the corrections, what happens is we will take all the measurements, make the recommendations, and then once they are approved, we order and install and make all the changes. Then we do a follow-up in a week after that to see how you're adjusting, does anything need to be tweaked, and then we follow up again 2 weeks after that, and then a month after that. So we definitely it's not just a one-shot thing. We make sure that you are seeing the improvements, and we will do the same evaluations each time, and we can chart, what's feeling better, what's feeling worse. And so it's a long-term investment in your comfort and your safety and your health, really, is what it is. So, and if everything's going well after the last follow-up, then we will do 6-month interval follow-ups. But anytime in between those, of course, you can call me, email me, text. If you're having any problems, any issues, we're always ready to come out and help. Yes. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Jonathan, and I appreciate your being honest with me and telling me everything going on. And I will be out with an assistant. I think we have it scheduled for next Friday, but I'll double check that. And yes, we'll email you the details. All right. You take care of yourself, okay? We'll see you next week. All right, bye.